Stop! Why do you think you don't have to take risks? Why do you think you don't have to fail? Why do you think you don't have to go through that phase of uncertainty? Boom, 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 boom. Stop trying to break generational curses, trying to please a generation that is cursed. They hated on Jesus. Why the fuck wouldn't they hate on you? Yeah! You take the easy life. You work your 9 to 5, watch Netflix, beat your dick, go to sleep, do it all over again. Took years and years of failure. Years and years of risk, years and years of fear, years and years of sacrifice, years and years of pain. It's 7 weeks left in 2025. What the fuck are you gonna do? YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Cry. Welcome back to another vid. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. And make sure to follow me on all platforms at I Am Cry. Today we got a great one! Most of you guys know, but for those that don't, it was a time in my life when I was at rock bottom, brother. I was beating my dick every fucking day. I was depressed. I was losing my hair. I was broke. The chicks that I wanted were playing me to the fucking left, right? And the chicks that I had were playing me to the right, right? I was getting played left and fucking right. Didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do with my life. Was drinking every night to escape my reality. And I hit rock bottom and realized something had to change. Right? And as of now, fellas, I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm making the most money I ever made in my life. I've made a significant transformation, although I'm not to where the standards that I wish to obtain. I've made progress, right? And it took me about 9 months to make the physical transformation progress and about 6 months to make the financial progress, right? And I've been blessed, right, to adopt a skill set and go through the trials and tribulations to help my brothers with the same thing, right? To get the results that you're seeing right here. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Helping my brothers build the foundation to be a 1% man and check every single seat. Cut, charisma, church, character, clout, cash, combat! But you must start with cut. Why? Because it must be the foundation for every man, because the gym teaches you so many lessons outside of the physique. But within doing so, not only did I learn so many lessons during my 9 months in the motherfucking trenches, fellas, with my physique, and then another 6 with my finances, I've learned so much from my brothers, right? It's given me a whole nother perspective of this journey and has sharpened my sword from a knowledge standpoint of the trials and tribulations that men go through when they're trying to reinvent their identity and become invincible, right? And I've had the privilege of coaching over 60 guys, right? And witnessing their journey along with mine. So today, I'm gonna break down the 4 different zones that every man must go through when he's chasing that 1%, reshifting his identity, coming back unrecognizable, making the greatest comeback of your fucking life. Because one thing you must understand, brother, the product of who you are in January is based on the actions, the ideologies, and the motherfucking habits that you're taking right now. Don't wait till January 1st and be a dweeb. It all starts with right now, right? So when I'm breaking down these actions, fellas, with this motherfucking pyramid, I want you to have an honest conversation with yourself of where you are on this pyramid. Right? And with the knowledge that I'm about to give you, I want you to take it and apply it. Don't just listen and get that fake ass motivational dopamine that I used to get watching Andrew Tate videos when I was a dweeb. Listen to what the fuck I'm saying and apply it, please. So without further ado, I'm not gonna waste any more time. Let's get right into it. The first zone, fellas, is the comfort zone, right? Once you decide to make the decision to be the man that you have to be, not want to be, have to be, this has to die. You must kill it. Growth is painful, change is painful, but nothing is more painful than staying in the same fucking place. You must find comfortability in being uncomfortable. Once you sign that motherfucking contract and realize this is not where the fuck I want to be, all of the ideologies, all of the actions, all the habits that are keeping you comfortable, you must kill it. It must die. You must kill the old version of yourself to become the new version of yourself. And the old version of yourself was very comfortable. But the thing about comfortability, when you choose it in the present, you choose an uncomfortable future. And I would hate that for you motherfuckers. I would hate for you to live comfortably in your 20s and 30s and be a 40-year-old dweeb, the bitter old motherfucker living life through regret and hating on all the young niggas. I would hate for it to be you, and we all know it. Don't let it be you. But it all starts with killing your comfort zone, brother. Your comfort zone, fellas, is extremely dangerous, right? I always tell you motherfuckers, don't trust your perception of a positive or negative experience, because some of the most positive experiences can set you back, and some of the most negative experiences can propel you forward. If I wouldn't have went through a breakup and lost my job, you would not be watching this video, and I would not be the man I am today, right? That was a negative experience, but it propelled me forward, right? Think of it the opposite way. Beating your dick, it feels so good in the moment, but 10 years down the line, you can't get your fucking dick up. But it felt good in the moment, it was comfortable in the moment, right? So when I tell you motherfuckers to hate happiness and seek pain, I just don't be saying it. It's literally an ideology that you must adopt with everything. To get what most don't have, you must do what most won't do. To get something you never did, you must do something you've never done. It's very simple. And a lot of the shit that you have to do to become the man you have to be is not in this at all. And there's 3 main pillars that I've observed from my journey and my brother's journey with becoming their 1% self that you must cut out when you're in this comfort zone, right? There's 3 of them. The first one is social media, fellas. Once upon a time, fellas, when I knew screen time became a thing, I looked at that motherfucking screen time, fellas, and I was spending 8 hours on social media. Hey Siri, what is the average time that a man spends on social media a day? 3 hours. Brother, that's being very, very modest, because like I just said, I recall a time when I was watching that shit for 8. Right? We sleep for 8 hours. We work for 8 hours. That's 16. If you're not a fucking dweeb, you're hitting the fucking gym. That's 2. And I know that you fat fucks are eating too. That's 3 hours alone. So you have 3 hours left. So the 3 hours that you do have to spare, you're spending scrolling. How the fuck can you become the man that you want to be when the time that you do have to maximize your purpose and sharpen your skill set, physically or cognitively, you're spending scrolling? It doesn't make any sense. And the thing about it, you scroll for an hour and don't remember what the fuck you scrolled about. It's 2 types of motherfuckers. I'm going to continue to say it. It's motherfuckers in the game and motherfuckers in the stands. I was in the motherfucking stands. I was watching these people on social media with the house that I wanted, with the car that I wanted, with the life that I wanted, with the chick that I wanted, and liking every post. But then I came to the realization that those same motherfuckers didn't give a fuck what I was posting. They wasn't scrolling. They wasn't double tapping every fucking post. They were in the motherfucking field. Y'all motherfuckers are in the stands. When the fuck are you gonna get in the game and start making plays? Get the fuck off these apps. I'm gonna continue to say it. If you own a business, put app limits on the app or download the Opal app. OPAL. It's $20 a fucking month. If you can't afford $20 a fucking month, get the fuck off my video and go get you some fucking money. If you don't own a business, brother, I hate to break it to you, but you're a dweeb if you're not the man that you have to be. We all get 24 hours. Make the most out of it. Delete the apps. You don't need them. Why are you on there? That time could be better accumulated to high leverage tasks that are going to make you the man that you have to be. But it's so comfortable. All scrolling is a distraction from your reality. It's a distraction. It's a distraction of you really are a fat fuck. It's a distraction that you really are a skinny dweeb. It's a distraction that you really are addicted to porn. It's a distraction that you're living a mediocre life. It's a distraction that you hate your job. It's a distraction that you're living paycheck to paycheck. It's all a distraction to escape you from your reality, brother. When you delete them fucking apps, holy shit, it sinks in. This is my life, right? A lot of y'all motherfuckers be living through these niggas on social media. Be that nigga! Because I can assure you, he's not on social media scrolling. You must cut it out, fellas. You must cut it out. For me personally, it's different for every man. This was the #1 component that was keeping me in my comfort zone. Social fucking media. It's an everyday battle, even today, because I have to post a lot today for my business. It's a battle. Post and get the fuck off. Please! You must understand, fellas, these apps are paid to keep you on the platform. Everything that you see when you log into that motherfucking Instagram app is not by mistake. Everything that you see when you log into the YouTube app is not by mistake. Everything that you see on the TikTok app is not by mistake. They get paid to keep you on the platforms. This is literally how the business works. Instagram goes to Nike and they say, hey, Cry likes these kind of posts that are related to your brand. I can send your ads and your traffic to Cry, but I need to charge you this amount of money. Nike says, okay, cool. Let me pay you this amount of money and I'll still be in the green after they buy my products. Does that make fucking sense? Right? The main standard for these platforms is to keep you on them as long as possible. That's why you always see that big booty chick on your fucking explore page. That's why you always see the people that you interact with the most stories pop up first. It's not by mistake. Brother, they're trying to keep you in the rat race. They're trying to keep you mediocre. They're trying to keep you in that motherfucking comfort zone. Do not let them. It's time, right? So that's the first component. Social media, scrolling, cut it the fuck out. The second is porn. Let's keep it a buck, brother. I've been there. I was beating my dick. Not once a day, not twice a day, sometimes 3 times a motherfucking day, right? Addicted, right? Literally, I was scrolling Instagram, see a big booty bitch, go to Pornhub or Batty Hub or X videos or XNXX. Yes, I'm hip and I know you are too, you fucking do, because you're probably still doing it. Beat my dick, boom. Walked to the motherfucking clothes basket. Walk of shame like, damn, I gotta stop doing this. Why do I keep doing this? This is is the last time, I swear. Wipe my dick off. Lay the fuck back down. Get back on Instagram. See another big booty bitch. Maybe it's TikTok. I don't fucking know. That would cause me to go back to Pornhub and beat my dick again. Oh, this isn't a good scene. Let me wait. This isn't my favorite scene. Let it wait. This isn't my favorite scene. Let me wait. But this one's a go. Bust! Constantly. We talk about the time with scrolling. Holy fuck, I was probably spending the same amount of time beating my dick. About 3 hours a fucking day. And I was wondering why I woke up lazy and didn't want to chase my purpose. I was wondering why I didn't feel like I had a lot of time. I was wondering when I chipped with that bad chick, my dick couldn't get up. Because I was so used to them porn scenes. I'm used to my hand. I get in that motherfucking pussy and it don't feel like my hand. I'm like, oh, what is this? And I can't stay motherfucking hard. Erectile dysfunction, testosterone low, losing my motherfucking hair, no drive. Stop doing it! It's killing you. Right? And then you do it, you stress. And then you when I find myself doing, fellas, I was so stressed from my reality and me being a fucking dweeb that I would beat my dick. And then after I beat my motherfucking dick, I was stressed that I beat my dick. So I was in a cycle of stress. I beat my dick because I'm stressed. Now I'm stressed because I beat my dick. That is the worst cycle to be in as a motherfucking man, but I was in it. When I was in this comfort zone, I had to realize, holy shit, not only is this holding me back, but it's a sin. God is, fellas, imagine you seen a motherfucking dog beating a dick. You'll be like, holy shit, what the fuck? Come here. Come here! That's what God is doing when you beat your shit. Every fucking day he's looking down on you like, stop! Stop doing it, brother. Control your lustful desires. Stop thinking with this head and think with this one. Stop chasing that 3-second nut because immediately after you do it, you hate it. Right? Now, there's plenty of ways to stop beating your dick, right? But I'll give you three quick ones, right? First, you must understand you have to cut out the cues. There's 4 stages of a habit. Atomic Habit talks about this. Cue, craving, response, reward. With beating your dick, the cue is you seeing that bitch on Instagram. The craving is, let me go to Pornhub and watch this scene now, right? The response is you beating your dick, and the reward is you ejaculating. But it all started with that cue. So, again, brings me back to my first point. Get off social media, right? Also, what helped me, fellas, is pray before you go to sleep and read the Bible. It's very hard to beat your dick when you just talk to God, right? 2 very simple things. Also, put your phone on the other side of the fucking room. Put app blockers on the apps. There's so many things you could fucking do, brother. Do it! Cut it out, right? That's the second thing you must cut out when you're in the comfort zone. The last thing, fellas, and there's plenty of other things, but I'm just focusing on the top 3. The last thing is people. You show me your 5 friends, I'll show you your future. If you're the best in the room, get the fuck out the room. Statistically, fellas, you earn 10 to 15% of the income of the closest individuals around you. Statistically, right? Statistically. Whatever you're earning, 9 times out of 10, the individuals around you are earning the same thing. So if you're not happy with your income, brother, you're hanging around dweebs 9 times out of 10. Right? And that's what I found myself. Love my friends to death. But around that time, I was around them too much and they weren't moving the needle forward to be the man I had to be financially. They were dweebs. Mentally, they were dweebs. Spiritually, they were dweebs. Physically, they were dweebs. Right? An environment is so important. People say it's more money, more problems, fellas. It's really more people, more problems. If I had all the money in the motherfucking world, I wouldn't have no problems. But as soon as you involve people, the problems come. You must isolate to elevate, brother. This journey is very, very lonely. Right? This process I'm about to show you is very, very lonely. Fellas, this has been the loneliest year of my life. But I made the most progress I've ever made. I lost 2 of my closest friends this year. 2 of my closest friends, right? I had a male friend that started fucking with a chick that I fucked with. Didn't even tell me. Backstabbed me, right? For 10 years, had to cut him off. I had a female friend that I was friends with 15 years. Was choosing sides with the individual that I was with at that specific time. Had no loyalty to me. Had to cut her off. 15 years down the drain. That nigga that I cut off, fellas, I thought that was the best man at my wedding. That female friend that I cut off, fellas, I thought was a lifelong friend. Lost them both this year. Lost my grandma this year. Been single all year. Lonely, right? But it's necessary because I wouldn't be able to focus if I couldn't be alone. Period. Brother, if you're not the man you want to be, 9 times out of 10, the chick that you're with or the friends that you're around are holding you back. They're not propelling you forward to be the man that you have to be at all. Cut them the fuck off or don't and remain mediocre. And 9 times out of 10, fellas, one thing that you got to understand, you are what you attract. If you're a dweeb, you're probably attracting dweeb friends. If you're a dweeb, you're probably attracting dweeb chicks. So as much as you think is your friends and your chicks is lit, they're really not if you're not the man that you have to be. And when I elevated myself, I started hanging around better individuals. And it changed my life forever. But I had to go through a phase in my life to get the fuck out my comfort zone and cut out those individuals to be the man that I had to be. You must do the same. They have to go. Yo, I'm locked in right now. I'm focusing on this. If you can't support that, this friendship isn't serving me. I must go. That's what it has to be. Again, there's plenty other barriers, fellas, right? But when you're in your comfort zone, you must accept that you have to adopt finding comfortability and being uncomfortable. You have to stop the scrolling. You have to stop the fucking watching sports. You have to stop the porn. You have to stop hanging around the wrong individuals. You have to stop kicking it on the weekend. You have to stop doing all those things. Run the fuck away from it or don't and remain mediocre. Next, we get into the fear zone, right? And one thing you must understand about fear, fellas, is fear is imaginary. All fear stands for, fellas, is false events appearing real, right? It's all made up. It doesn't fucking exist. And the thing about fear is everybody feels it. Every individual feels fear. The difference is 99% dweebs let fear create resistance and the 1%ers double down on fear. You must understand that fear is the great indicator, right? And there's 2 types of fear. The first type of fear, fellas, is the fear of uncertainty. Is this gonna work? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Right? Am I gonna hit this standard? Is this the right vehicle for me? Should I take this risk? But one thing you must understand, brother, is that when it's scary to jump in that motherfucker, you gotta jump in that motherfucker. No risk, no reward, right? To get what most don't have, you must do what most won't do. And what most won't do is scary at times. Most of the time, but that's what it takes. Take it from me, fellas. Less than 6 months ago, I invested the last of my money to learn what the fuck I'm doing now. I was scared. If it didn't work out, I was gonna drive that weak-ass BMW back to Cleveland and live with my fucking grandparents.
You just spent your last on this mentorship. Don't know how I'm gonna pay rent.
My boy Kyle, one of my elite clients. He had 30K a month right now. There's a you in 6 months who already has this. Y'all just wait. Y'all gonna see the testimonial video where he gets the Urus. 3 months. It's gonna happen.
On 1% 100x collab on the way, man.
It's already yours. It's already mine. I'm looking down on it. It's just a matter of time. Man.
It was scary, but I took the risk, and it panned out. And although I'm not reaching the standards that I have to have, I've made significant progress. And a lot of you motherfuckers will never be able to reach that progress because you'd have never, ever grab your fucking nuts and take the risk that I did. Overcome the fear that I did. Every 1% man had to go through it. Why do you think you're special? Why do you think you don't have to take risks? Why do you think you don't have to fail? Why do you think you don't have to go through that phase of uncertainty? Every 1% man did. It's not making any sense. Why do you think you're the exception to the motherfucking rule? They all did. Every successful individual that I speak to, John Bart, Jason, George, they all was scared investing into that mentorship. They all was scared posting that video. They all was scared spending that money on ads. They all was scared traveling to live in a different city when they was in their hometown. They all was scared. They all had fear. But they still did it. Why the fuck can't you? The second component of fear, which is the one I hate the most, which is something I didn't personally deal with that much, but a lot of my brothers in 1% Academy currently and the ones that graduated have, is fear of what people will say. It's fear of what people will say. I'm going to continue to say it, brother, right? The number one trait that you can have as a man outside of being a relentless dog is not giving a fuck what niggas is talking about. Stop trying to break generational curses, trying to please a generation that is cursed. They hated on Jesus. Why the fuck wouldn't they hate on you? And you must understand, no matter what you do, they're gonna say something. If you're a fat fuck, they'll tell you to get in the gym. If you're jacked, they'll say you're a musclehead. Fuck them. They're not gonna pay your bills. They're not gonna retire your mom. They're not gonna get you the fuck out of your 9 to 5. Why do you give a fuck how they feel? And you must understand people's opinions of you have everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. People that are hating on you, you're above them. You're never gonna receive hate from somebody above you, ever, only from below you. because you're doing something that they could never do. You are overcoming the fear that they never could overcome. You're taking the risk that they never could. You're getting out of the comfort zone that they could never detour from. So of course they're gonna say something. Of course they're gonna hate on you, right? And hate to me is a green flag. When I had 200 subs, fellas, wasn't nobody posting no dweeb shit in my comments. When I had 1,000 subs, fellas, wasn't nobody posting no dweeb shit in my comments. But as shit started to go up, I had a couple of dweebs in my motherfucking comments talking shit. Yes! That's how my mind works. Yes, I'm moving in the right direction. If they're not hating, you're not doing enough. I love hate. That lets me know I'm doing something right. Because if I was a dweeb, they wouldn't hate on shit. Are you listening? Do you want to be a 1% man or do you want to be a 1% people pleaser? Make a motherfucking decision because you cannot be both. I would hate for you to be 80 on your motherfucking deathbed like, damn, everybody liked me, but I didn't like my motherfucking self. My physique is ass. I'm not attracted to my chick. I didn't create a life of abundance for my motherfucking kids. I didn't retire my parents. I didn't create a legacy. I didn't make motherfuckers proud. I didn't change motherfucking lives. I'm an average Joe, but everybody liked me. Fuck that. Give me everybody hated me, but I retire my motherfucking mom. My kids live a life of abundance. I left a legacy. I changed men's lives. And I hurt a few feelings on the fucking way. I don't give a fuck at all. You shouldn't either, right? But it's scary when you at that point. It's scary when you gotta show up to the gym and you a fat fuck or a skinny dweeb. It's scary when you gotta post that first video. It's scary when you gotta invest in that mentorship. It's scary when you gotta sacrifice your weekends because is it gonna pan out? Am I risking wasting my 20s on this grind? Is it ever gonna pan out? It's scary. So fucking what? You're a fucking man. Grab your dick and get it done. Or don't and remain mediocre. Doesn't make me a fucking difference. The next phase, fellas, is the learning zone, right? A man that knows everything knows nothing at all, right? As a man, you must continue to sharpen your sword as a motherfucking man. Because once you make the decision to cut out those toxic habits in your comfort zone, cut out the fucking fear of uncertainty and what the fuck motherfuckers would say, you have to be able to learn as much as you can, right? But the thing about it, fellas, this shit really shouldn't be called the learning phase. Fuck the learning phase. It should be called the action phase. Because if you take all the knowledge and don't apply it, it doesn't mean shit. Right? If I got two motherfuckers, one that knows how to chop down a tree and one that does not, but the one that does, doesn't ever do it, but the one that does not at least tries, I'm gonna roll with the motherfucker that don't know how, that's trying 10 times out of 10 because they're putting in action. Action, action, action. That's the issue with a lot of y'all motherfuckers. Y'all learn. Y'all read every single book. Y'all watch every single cry video, but don't put nothing into action. Everything that you want, brother, I'm going to continue to say is on the other side of the work that you're avoiding, on the other side of action. If there was a door, and everything that you wanted to obtain was on the other side of the door, the life, the house, the car, the physique, the mindset, the chick. The key to the motherfucking door, you dweeb, would be action, not just learning. Yes, you have to apply the right action. They go hand in hand. But if I had to choose one, give me action. Because even when I take action and I don't know shit, I'll learn along the way as I'm taking action. I didn't learn how to make the best whiteboard video if I didn't show up here and do it. You idiot. I didn't know that these are the exercises to give me this physique if I didn't show up and do it. You idiot. Are you listening to what the fuck I'm saying? I had to take action, right? Once you cut out the bad habits, once you realize, okay, I'm gonna stop being a soft bitch and lock the fuck in and I don't give a fuck what people think about it. You must take massive fucking action. And there's 4 levels of action, right? Do nothing, retreat, normal, and massive. Do nothing is most men. 99% dweebs, you wake up and don't do shit. You take the easy life. You work your 9 to 5, watch Netflix, beat your dick, go to sleep, do it all over again, kick it on the motherfucking weekends. The second is you retreat. And if you retreat, that means you stopped at the motherfucking fear zone, right? You stopped at the fear zone. Either you got scared and you said, let me go back to being a dweeb, or you tried and you failed and you couldn't be patient and delay gratification. You said, I give up. I'm just going to work my 9 to 5, not go to the gym and be a dweeb and be my dick every day. That's the second level. The third level is the most dangerous, in my opinion, is normal amounts of action. You motherfuckers that do what you have to do sometimes. You motherfuckers. You do what you need to do in the week, but fuck off on the weekend. Do what you need to do for a month, but fuck off the second month. Do what you need to do for a year, but fuck off the next year. It's not enough. But yet, when you're in this phase of normal amounts of action, you think you deserve everything that everybody else does at the 4th level. But you don't. You're doing the bare minimum. And the thing about it, at that level, you can get success, but not as fast as the motherfucker that's taking massive action, the motherfucker that's doing everything that they want to do regardless of how the fuck they feel. Fellas, I didn't feel like doing this vid today. This has been a bad day for me. You can't even tell. You see how much energy I got up here? You see how much passion I got up here? You see how I'm cooking up here? I don't give a fuck how I feel. I have to take massive action with everything that I want to do. You cannot have $1 million standard, but a minimum wage work ethic with the action that you're taking on an everyday basis. They must be parallel. They must be identical. I understand that. A lot of you motherfuckers don't when you're in this phase. Brother, whatever you think it takes to be that 1% man, I can assure you it takes so much more. It takes so much more. I promise you, you're not scratching the surface with the amount of effort and the action that you can take. I thought I was working hard last year. Holy shit, am I doing 20 times more this year? And I'm gonna say the same thing the year after that and the year after that. There's no ceiling to the inputs. Do more. But when you're in this action phase, this third level, fellas, there's a 4-step process that you must do. Pay attention. The first step, fellas, you must figure out what you desire. What do you desire? Let me use myself for an example. Crowd, what do you desire? I desire to change men's lives. I desire to retire my mother. I desire to drive a Lamborghini Urus. And I desire to make $100K a month reoccurring so I can provide for the individuals around me. That is what I desire. Okay, step 1 is done. Now you must figure out what is the vehicle to get you those desires. Yo, I can speak pretty good. I went through a fitness transformation. I put in the work from a personal development standpoint to sharpen my mind. I've been through a lot of the trials and tribulations that men I've went through. Maybe I can teach them how to get through it and get the results that I've gotten thus far. Okay, that's how you're gonna do it. Cool. What's the next step? What are the top 2 to 4 high leverage tasks that you must do on a day-to-day basis to get there, right? The top 2 for me, fellas, are making the best YouTube videos of all fucking time and getting on those calls with my brothers and giving them my all and creating systems and structures to make failure impossible with the objectives they wish to obtain. If I do those 2 things, if I get 1,000 min results and I keep making the best YouTube videos of all time, it is inevitable that I will achieve all the standards of everything that I desire that I just said. It's inevitable. So that's step 3. Okay, crowd, you know what you got to do, but when do you want to get there, right? You must give your standards a deadline, right? But this is twofold. The reason that you must give your standards a deadline, fellas, is because it creates a healthy amount of paranoia, right? I have a fucking whiteboard next to my desk of the amount of days I have left to retire my mom, change 1,000 men's lives, drive a Lamborghini Urus, and make $100K a month. I have 318 days left as of today. The reason that I do that, fellas, is it creates a healthy amount of paranoia. With me having the day that I'm having today, I looked at that motherfucking number and said, this number doesn't give a fuck how I feel. Time is running out. 318 days, it seems like a lot of time, brother. It's not a lot of time. It's just gonna fly the fuck by. It seems like yesterday that shit said 380. So when I look and I see that number and know the deadline is coming up, it creates a healthy amount of paranoia with the inputs that I must put in on a day-to-day basis. That's 1-fold. But 2-fold, you must disconnect from the deadline, right? Set the deadline, but disconnect from it, right? Let it flow. Only control what you can control. You can control. I can control when I hit it. I cannot control when I get a Lamborghini Urus, when I change 1,000 men's lives, when I make an impact, when I make $100K a month, when I retire my mom. I cannot control when it happens. But what can I control? Showing up with this video and giving passion and value. Right? Showing up on a call with my brothers even when I don't feel like it, giving passion and value. Creating the best systems in the coaching industry to make failure impossible. Those are all things I can control. I must focus on that. Right? So that's the third thing you must do. The last thing you must do, brother, if you want to speed it up more, who has done what I'm trying to do that can teach me and allow me to get there faster? Because you can do it yourself. You can. But I'm going to continue to give the analogy. Why the fuck would I read doctor books for a year when I can go to school for 9, learn the same information and become a doctor in 50% less of the time? You can learn it yourself, but I like to get success love speed. I'm trying to retire my mom as fast as possible. She's not going to be here forever. So who can I learn from that has done it? Who can I learn from that's make $100K a month? Who can I learn from that's drove a Lamborghini Urus? Who can I learn from that's changed men's lives? John Mark Steve. So let me invest and learn from that individual to speed up the motherfucking process. Are you hearing me? But I'm not the only individual that did that. My brother Paul, right, gained 40 pounds of lean muscle in 16 weeks. That's very fast. Why did Paul do that fast without taking fucking steroids, you dweeb? It's because he invested in 1% Academy. He understood to speed up the process. I need to learn from an individual who went from skinny to jacked, right? But that's not all. My brother Giselle, right? who lost 40 plus pounds in 9 fucking weeks. Holy shit, is that fast? He lost 40 pounds in 2 months. Why? Because he invested from an individual that has knowledge and expertise in that area. My brother Anderson, who lost 50 pounds in 6 months. Anderson has a great work ethic. Y'all saw my last video. He would have figured it out himself. But he said, no, I want it faster. Let me learn from an individual who has the expertise in that field. Let me kill my fucking fear and take the risk and invest. And it panned out. My brother Damien, who lost 25 pounds in 12 fucking weeks. Holy shit, is that fast? But he wouldn't have got it fast if he didn't invest from an individual that knows what the fuck they're doing. You motherfuckers have too much ego, too much pride, or you're fearful, or a combination of all. And that's why you'll never achieve massive success as fast as a motherfucker like me, Giselle, Damien, Anderson, or Paul. Because we understand that success loves speed, and the only way to speed it up is to invest in somebody that's been in the trials and tribulations that can give you the blueprint to speed up the motherfucking process. Are you listening to me? The last zone, fellas, it's the most important zone, is the growth zone, right? Once you cut out the habits, realize I don't give a fuck what these motherfuckers think, and you start taking relentless action, the hardest thing as a man is you don't know when it's gonna hit. You don't know when it's gonna hit, right? 0 to 32 degrees. You put an ice cube in the freezer at 10 degrees, it doesn't melt. 20 degrees, it doesn't melt. 30 degrees, it does not melt. But right at 32, that ice cream melts. The thing about it, you don't know how long your 0 to 32 degrees is. You don't. Now, you can speed it up if you invest, which I said in the action phase. But even within that, sometimes you still don't know when it's going to hit. The fear of the uncertainty of when it's going to hit starts creeping in when you're in this growth zone. You don't know. Your 0 to 32 degrees could be a year. It could be 5 years. It could be 10 years. You don't know when it's going to hit. If you can't delay your gratification and focus on input standards and input results during this growth phase, brother, during this growth zone, brother, you will retreat and fall into mediocrity and be a 99% dweeb. Let me explain what input results and input standards are. Input standards are, post a video a fucking day. That is an input standard. I must focus on that. Not when I'm going to make 100K a month. Because I know if I do that, I'll make 100K a month. That is an input standard. An input result is I used to only be able to do a 10-minute whiteboard video. Now I can stay up here for 30 minutes plus and it be easy work. That is an input result. Yeah, the result isn't accumulating me making 100K a month, but I can see when I keep putting in the reps and I keep getting uncomfortable and I stay in that 0 to 32 degrees, I can get better. And me getting better is inevitably going to get me those outputs. If you can't focus on those input standards and those input results, brother, you will retreat. You will give up. This is so important. Please pay attention if you don't listen to nothing I say in this fucking video. The only difference between winners and losers, fellas, is that winners just never quit. They never quit, right? I've never seen an individual cut out the bad habits, get rid of fear, put in massive amounts of action, and never give up and not hit their standards. I've never seen an individual give their all and it not hit. Ever in my fucking life. It just isn't hitting as fast as you would like. And we've been conditioned to think everything's supposed to come fast. We hungry, we DoorDash. We need dopamine, we scroll. We get horny, we beat our dick. We get bored, we watch Netflix. Everything is at our fingertips. And then we think it's the same way with success. It's not. It takes time. When you see these Andrew Tates, when you see the Grant Cardones, when you see the Elon Musk, when you see the Jeff Bezos, when you see the LeBron Jameses, when you see the Drakes, I hope you don't think that shit was overnight, you fucking idiot. It took years and years of failure, years and years of risk, years and years of fear, years and years of sacrifice, years and years of pain, years and years of depression, anxiety, taking a toll until it hits. And success is not about what you obtain, it's about how much pain you can sustain. And if you cannot sustain that, rip up the contract and be a dweeb, please. Because you're going to be in grind mode, in journey mode, most of the time. And the thing about it that I was talking to John Mark about, that's making $400K a month, my mentor, he's hit his standards. To make $1 million a month, right? So you know what happens when you hit a new level? You get new devils and new standards. You want more. And when you do, you have to go through this process all over again. All over again. It never stops. I'm telling you right now, brother, when you get to 8 to 10% body fat, there will be something else you want to accomplish. I'm telling you right now, brother, when you become a business owner, there will be something to accomplish. I'm telling you right now, brother, when you make 10K a month, you'll want to make 30. I'm telling you right now, I've been through all of those things. I've been through all of those things. And then you right back in another process. You right back in another grind. You right back in the motherfucking trenches. So as a man, if you can't just accept that the majority of my life, I have to suffer and sacrifice myself to create a life for individuals around me to be comfortable. If you cannot accept that, just be comfortable. Don't worry about your fears. Don't take action. Don't worry about growing. Just be a dweeb. It's that simple. Just be a dweeb. You can never get content in this phase either. Because how I talk about input results and input standards, sometimes you'll get a little bit of outputs, right? Like with me, fellas, this previous week has been the best week of business I've ever had. I've made 4 times what I used to make a month on my 9 to 5. I've made 4 times of that last week, right? Now, although that is not to my standard of making 100K a month, right? I got a little bit of results. It's very easy to get content. I don't have to record this video if I was a dweeb. I don't have to get on calls with enthusiasm if I was a dweeb. I don't have to post 2 reels a day if I was a dweeb. I don't have to post X amount of stories if I was a dweeb, because I would be getting content. But the moment that you get content, you do not stay stagnant. You get worse, because this shit is a man is player versus player. It is extremely competitive. I hope you don't think you're the only motherfucker that want that chick, that want that house, that want that physique, that want that mindset, that want that life. It's a lot of other hungry motherfuckers that do. Don't be delusional. So within that, I understand that I cannot get content in this growth phase. I'm not where I want to be. Yes, I've made progress, but I can't stop. I have to keep my foot on the motherfucking gas. And I've made the mistake before, fellas. Y'all know the story, some of y'all don't. When I first got my physique 6 months in, I got a little 6-pack, was getting choosing signals from chicks, met a chick, she sucking my dick every day. We fucking every day, we smoking every fucking day. I got content, stopped doing all the habits and all the actions that allowed me to get the results. I got content. I got comfortable. Luckily, I'm a motherfucking dog, and I was able to snap back into motherfucking reality, right? But a lot of you motherfuckers aren't dogs. Let's keep it a buck. So you get a little results and you fold. Don't. Most men would have made the money I made last week and kicked their feet up and started doing dumb shit. Started spending their money impulsively. Stopped doing all the habits and actions that got them the money. I refuse. I'm not content at all. And you can't be as a man during this growth phase. Because sometimes you'll get results, brother, but who fucking cares? Job's not finished. Always stay level. Never get too high in this phase and never get too low in this phase. And if you are a guy that's in that comfort phase, trying to cut out the bad habits, or in that fear phase, trying to get over uncertainty and giving a fuck about what people will say, or in that action phase, trying to figure out what's the correct action to take, or how can I speed up the process, or in that growth phase where it doesn't hit yet and your patience is drifting and you want to give up, I will put the link in the motherfucking description. Book a call and we'll see if you're a good fit. But I can tell you right now, listen to me. I can tell you right now, do not book a motherfucking call if you want to be comfortable. Do not book a motherfucking call if you want to sit with that fear. Do not book a motherfucking call if you don't want to take massive action. Do not book the motherfucking call if you can have patience in the growth phase. Because I can give you the systems. I can hold you accountable. Can't do the work for you. That's the video for the fucking day, fellas. It's 7 weeks left in 2025. What the fuck are you gonna do? Is 2026 gonna be the same as 2025? You was locked in January, fell out February. Summer came, you wanted to kick it. The holidays came when you went into drifting season, which is right fucking now. Aren't you tired of that shit? Aren't you tired of living this mediocre ass life? Answer me! I hope you didn't just watch this video. I hope you took notes and put it into action, brother. I want to see y'all motherfuckers win.